Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bourbon Bites. I feel like it's been a long time since I've said that. So, hello, I am back. Thank y'all all so much for bearing with me the past couple weeks. I've had just a mix of personal vacations and work stuff coming up, but hopefully, we are now back on schedule with these regularly scheduled Thursday night live streams. I appreciate all of y'all that are tuning in live, as well as everyone watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, feel free to skip around at the bottom. I'm going to put time codes for every single whiskey we're trying tonight. Two of which you already know from the thumbnail. I'm trying two expressions of Colkegan, which is I actually tried them for the first time about 6 months ago. I was actually just rewatching my stream from them. I did their standard American single malt. I have a bottle of that as well today to try revisit that a bit. But we're also trying their brand new unsmoked single malt, which is an exciting new release. It actually came out last year as a limited distillery only release. I think there were only about 1,500 bottles. But this year they have a national release. It's actually in 42 states, available online. There's also like 12 states. I think it's also available in Germany and Australia. So for my Aussie friends, not sure if they're tuning in right now, but for those of you that are around the world, let me know where you are. If you're in the chat, let me know where you're at. I know where most of you are because most of you are regulars, but it's so good to see so many folks here back. First of all, you may have noticed the background. I may have changed it up a little bit to celebrate Happy Pride Month. Totally stole this flag from work and didn't even think the fact that the greens aren't going to show up. But yeah, Happy Pride Month, folks. So that's not the topic tonight, but I figured, you know what? We're going to keep the Pride background for the rest of the months, just because why not, right? So I want to say some hellos to some folks here in the chat. High five to you, Five Fingers. Good to see you, always representing early. Zopher in the chat, as well as Donnie and Fred. Fred says he's only had the basic course smoked, and it was pretty good. Didn't know they made it unsmoked. I'm excited. Well, Fred, this is like I said, it's brand new. It was a distillery only release last year, but now it's a nationwide release. Brandon's here. Good to see you, Brandon. And Pat, I really enjoyed the unsmoked. Yeah, so you are in New Mexico. So it is a New Mexico brand, Santa Fe Spirits. Like I said, it was a distillery only release, so I assume Pat has had a chance to try it there. But yeah, it's they've started to expand their markets a bit. I thought it'd be really fun to try a little smoked versus unsmoked, which is the theme here tonight. Tony Bag of Donuts is saying aloha as well. For y'all don't know, this ain't aloha because I just got back from Hawaii. We were there this past weekend for our anniversary. So much fun. Had a great time. Didn't get too sunburned. I'm a little red, but not too bad. But I appreciate the warm welcomes back. Kathy Joe from Women of Whiskeys is here. What's up, Kathy Joe? Y'all go make sure to watch their replay from last night. They go live on Wednesday night, so definitely check them out. One of the incredible duos of WhiskeyTube. Just love Michelle and Kathy Joe so much. So go watch the replay, subscribe to them. And you love the background. Yeah, the shirt. I can't take credit for the shirt. This came from Heaven Hill. They did a Pride collection last year. Shout out to, I think it was Donnie and Patrick who actually sent this my way, so I appreciate you all so much. Tony Bag of Donuts, cheers to you. Good to see you, Tony. Who else is here? Kelsey's here. Cheers. Hope you guys had a great trip. Whoa, we did. We definitely did. Much needed vacation because work's already gotten crazy. I've only been back for a week and I'm already like, oh my God, why did I take a vacation? But no, take your time off. Take your PTO. I encourage everyone that. Heather's here as well. Hello, Heather. Good to see you. Hope to see you on the Hangout. As always, we're doing our after party hangout for everyone on Patreon. $10 and up, Bourbon Megabytes and up. If you want to get in on that, the link is down in the description below. You can sign up for a free trial, 30 days. Try it out. Join us on our Hangouts. Join us for our monthly movie night, which we just had a couple weeks ago. And see how you like it. You can also support the show for as little as $2 a month there. But the higher tiers get you extra perks. And most of those perks are available on Discord, which there's also a link in the description to our Discord server. Everyone's welcome to Discord, not just patrons. So if you are curious about being a part of our community, definitely check that out. I do know we have a new patron. Unfortunately, I don't have their contact info. I think they joined to be part of the monthly movie night last month, and they didn't join the Discord. And I don't have their contact info, so I can't message them. But I do want to give a shout out. Let me see if I can find their contact info here, just to give them a shout out. Maybe they're here tonight. Maybe they'll say hello and maybe reach out. William Hall, thank you so much for being the newest Bourbon Megabyte to the channel. please message me, contact@bourbonbites.com. I would love to give you the info on joining the Discord, joining the monthly movie night and our hangouts. I don't have a way to contact you. So please, please, please email me, William, if you're watching this. Thank you so much for your support. Looking forward to having you on the hangouts and our movie night. So cheers to William. James Taylor's here as well. What's up, James? And Emily Chambers, hello. Mash the like button. Oh, thank you so much, Emily. Yes, the like button does help out the channel so much. So if you can hit that. What is up with the logo on the shirt? Is there some green? Yeah, there's some green. Didn't really fully think it through. I'll line it up with the green. I'll line up with the green in the background. How about that? I can maybe tweak it a little, but I honestly, I was here at 7. I was ready to go live at 7. Then I realized my shirt was it had stripes in it, and those don't typically look good on like a green screen. And that doesn't look much better. A little better. All right. So I was like, oh, let me change shirts real quick. Let me put on the shirt with green on it because I'm changing a shirt that doesn't look good on a green screen. Let me just put on a shirt with green on it because, like, I'm an idiot. But it's all good. We have some good whiskey here. William Hall is a kick in the head. He'll be fun at movie night. Oh, well, I hope so. I hope I can get in touch with them. Don Nishida. Hello, Don. My fellow Hawaiian there. Just kidding. Don is actually Hawaiian. I am not. I'm a vacationer. I'm the fat guy on the Lilo and Stitch movie, basically. All right. So let's talk about this Colkegan, right? So, like I said, I tried them when I did a subscription. It was a gift box that I did back in December. It was like a good gift for whiskey lovers. From Beverage. This was included as one of their whiskeys, and it was just their standard American single malt, which I want to start with tonight. I know it's kind of weird, right? We're starting with the smoked, and then we're going to the unsmoked. I promise I have a reason for it. I did watch there was a live tasting with Colkegan, who is the man behind the brand, as well as his wife. They put on a tasting to reveal this new spirit to the nation. I watched that. I wasn't able to make it live, unfortunately, but I was able to watch the replay of that. So I got some good info, some tidbits of information to share. But they also started with their standard one, and I think it's a pretty solid reason. So we're going to start with the standard smoked, Mesquite smoked, actually. 100% malted barley. See if that'll focus there. Oh, I focused. Oh, there we go. Santa Fe Spirits Colkegan. That is not the right bottle. That's actually the unsmoked. Sorry, the cork broke on this one, so I thought the cork broke on the other one, but it's actually this one. So let me show you all this. So this is their standard release. This is the kind of the Colkegan that started it all. This is American white oak barrels. It's distilled in Santa Fe, handcrafted in small batches. Single malt. So this one, they both come in at 92 proof, 46% ABV. Huge shout out to the folks at Colkegan who sent me these samples for a review. But y'all know we keep it honest, we keep it real here. I will say, when I reviewed this from the beverage set, I said it was the most interesting one of that entire set. Something about this whiskey just like caught my palate, caught my tongue. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but something about it really, really stood out. So we're going to start with this one. And I think the reason that they gave to start with this one is this is their flagship. This is the whiskey that put them on the map. They started about 13 years ago. And this was their first single malt. Of course, it's American single malt, which is a category that's still working on being defined. American single malt, they're filing to be an official categorization of whiskey. Right now, it's not quite been signed into law. I've heard that in Q3, maybe Q3 of this year, they're aiming to sign that in to define American single malt. It's going to be a pretty broad category. It's going to be along the lines of not quite as strenuous as Scotch, but maybe a little bit similar to like not American whiskey. It's a little too loose, right? American whiskey could be anything, but maybe something along the lines of like I don't know, just something that's not something that is regulated, but not super controlled. Because again, this one is Mesquite smoked. So it's very untraditional in the single malt category. The fat guy, I was getting caught up in the chat. Yeah, that's how I feel. Dungeons and Drams and the Whiskey Dick. Hey, gotta give a shout out to my Monday night crew. Every Monday night, I am part of a fun Dungeons and Dragons campaign featuring some of your favorite whiskey tubers, including Bill the Whiskey Dick, Jason from the Mash and Drum, Ed from the Rock Gut Review, and Adriana from Whiskey Mountains. We play very interesting characters. I just had a side quest for my character. Even if you're not a D&D fan, as long as you love us as people, which I assume you do because you hit the like button, right? You love me. You love me. Oh, I see my signal cut out. That's weird. My computer's been acting really weird today, so let me know if y'all can still see me and hear me. It says there's no signal. Come on, y'all can see me, right? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if y'all can see me. What's up, Steven? If and when you can hear me. It says my signal cut out. That's bad. I will say, okay, you can see here. Okay, we had multiple power outages here today, so I think there's something acting up there. So okay, all great to hear. I got a little symbol saying you have a weak connection. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, so I've been having, like I said, power issues today. So but yeah, good to see you, Steven. And yeah, happy Pride Month. Thank you, Bill. Yeah, y'all go, oh, sorry, let me finish my spiel. I got distracted by the low signal. It says it's still low signal. Let me close out of a few things to see if that'll help. Yeah, so anyways, Dungeons and Drams live every Monday night at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. We have a really great time and drink lots of whiskey while playing. But I was going to say my character had a little side quest where he went to a few, I'll just say it. We're more than 10 minutes into the stream. We went to a brothel. So if you want to see Nobilis, which is my character, a half-elf warlock, go on a brothel adventure. Check out the upload from last Friday. Bill messed with me on that one. Speaking of only 5 likes, okay. Well, there's 15 of y'all in the chat. A couple more likes. Is that a Bourbon Pride shirt? Yes, this is from Heaven Hill. I actually do want to do some Pride merch for my channel. I just have been traveling and I haven't had much time. I know I had a couple ideas a couple streams ago. So maybe, it doesn't have to be Pride Month. It could be just Pride merch whenever. I might put something out soon. I did have a couple ideas. I just haven't had the moment to actually make them happen. I do have some Pride magnets from last year. So if y'all didn't get that, if y'all are a patron of the show and you didn't get a Pride magnet from last year, just message me. I'll send one your way. They're just little, flat magnets, but they do have my logo, but with the Pride colors like my Instagram is right now. And I posted on YouTube earlier. So if y'all want to see a magnet, go check that out or just message me. All right, let's try the Mesquite smoked Colkegan American Single Malt. Now, this is 30% smoked, mesquite smoked. They basically do 30% mesquite smoked, minimum of 3 years old, and there was another 3. They said they go by the rules of 3. So let me see if I wrote that down. I was taking notes while I watched the stream. There we go. 1/3 of it is mesquite smoked. 1/3 of it is in new American oak, and then minimum of 3 years old. So it's a combination. They do use full size 53-gallon barrels, except when they're doing finishing. But yeah, so let's get nerdy, right? Let's get nerdy with the stats. They enter the barrel at 116 proof, come out around 125 proof. This is because they're high elevation, so they are over 7,000 feet above sea level. They actually add humidity into their rickhouse because they're so high elevation. So that added humidity does help. The angel share is only like 12%. But yeah, so some really cool facts. It definitely makes it a unique spirit. That's what's great about American single malt. It's so different than what we're used to, especially with like some Highland single malt. Similar in flavor profile, but some nuances that I think really do stand out. But yeah, Cheech Ardolino. What's up, Cheech? Good to see you, my friend. Man, such a great crowd tonight. I appreciate y'all coming back after me taking a couple weeks off. All right, let's go and give this a nose. This is the smoked Colkegan. It's surprising me just as much as it did when I first smelled it. This is a subtle smoke. It's not like an overwhelming like peated Scotch or anything like that. It is a nuance that kind of complements some really great fruitiness that's just behind the whiskey itself. I'm getting like stewed apples, like maybe some pears. Definitely not like the like tropical fruit or anything like that, or even like the red fruits. It's right in the like stewed, what do you call them? What do you call that category of fruit? Like pears, apples. I know there's a name for it, but it's definitely in that. And it has like a really nice subtle smokiness. And I've heard that the smokiness from this doesn't just come from the mesquite smoke. It's actually coming from the new American oak as well. And it's really, really light. Even if you're not a lover of smoked whiskey or like peaty whiskey, think you might enjoy this one. I think this is a good gateway into it. At least on the nose, right? It's subtle. It's a little bit of like a when I say like stewed apples, I'm talking about like the brown sugar, the cinnamon. The category is fruit. I see that. No, but there's a term for those. Not like are they called not stone fruit? Fleshy fruits. I like that. I don't know if that's the official title, but yeah, no. But like it's really really nice. It's like a very nice cooked pie a bit. Let's go and give it a taste. Cheers, y'all, and again, happy Pride Month. Thank y'all for tuning in. Oh yeah, just as good as I remember. Like I said, I reviewed this about 6 months ago, and I was so just like I want to say that I'll be honest. I haven't had too much experience with American single malts, but I'll say this is one of the best ones I've ever had. I think it's balanced, even at minimum 3 years old. This doesn't taste young. It doesn't taste like grainy or anything like that. It's got a nice like smooth layer of like it's like the nose kind of smelled like a little bit of like a pot of like stewed apples and things like that. But palate, it's almost more of like that syrupy, the syrup that the apples are sitting in. It's sweet. It's a little nutty. That's just again, that's dessert in a glass. That's really, really interesting. Google says palm fruit. Okay, okay. Haven't heard that term, but maybe that's something of palme or pupa. Pupa sounds like a pupa. Yeah, no, this is really really nice. I'm curious. I'm trying to look at some of their official tasting notes just to see if I'm crazy. Let's see. Here's what they say: dry smoke led by brisket, dry oak, and cherries. Get the smokiness. One of those, right? One of three. They say sweetly smoky in the mouth with black pepper, cayenne, and barbecue flavors, as well as grilled fruits, nectarines, and charred plums. A good balance of sweet and spicy with the backbone of minerality. Okay, I do see a lot of those notes. Like again, it's a lot more granular than I was going, but I do say, and I do say the smoke is. They say barbecue. I'm from the South. I'll be the judge of barbecue. Although New Mexico, I'm sure New Mexico has their own style of barbecue, right? I would say if you're going to say it's a barbecue taste, it's more of a sweeter barbecue. It's like the sweeter barbecue sauces, which nothing wrong with that. Prefer a mustard base myself, but I like mixing it up. I like doing a little bit of mustard base, a little bit of just like spicy. I don't discriminate against barbecue as long as it's good, as long as it's smoked and like well prepared. I don't care what sauce you put on it. I want it in my stomach. I love barbecue is what I miss the most about the South. Prescription Bourbon is in the house. What's up, DMC? Good to see you. It's meant potato. Sorry, just saw the comment. Oh, French for apples. Oh, but potato. William Hall, you are here. I gave you a shout out earlier. I was saying thank you so much for being the newest patron. I also said I don't have a way to contact you, so I didn't. I don't know if you're on my Discord. Are you on my Discord? I wanted to give you access to our monthly movie night and our hangouts and things like that. The email that's on Patreon, I don't know if it actually goes to you, but I sent you a message. So if you could just please send me an email, contact@bourbonbites.com. I will get you the Discord info just so you can join us. I know you joined right before we did our movie night and you weren't able to make it. So I'm happy to extend your free trial to make the next one. So just message me there or Instagram at Bourbon Bites. Just want to get in touch with you just to make sure you get your benefits that you signed up for. So good to see you though. All right, let's take another sip of this Colkegan, the smoked one. Okay, if you're on Discord, let me know your username because I may have to manually update your tier. Sometimes it doesn't do it automatically. So just tell me your Discord name and I'll get this handled for you. So you can join us hopefully tonight, but if not tonight, hopefully for the next one. KC meetup. What are we talking about? Oh, Kansas City. I read that as Knob Creek. I was like, a Knob Creek meetup? I'm in. Don't tell Adriana or she'll be pissed. But Kansas City, you know what? I would love to do a bit of a meetup. I would love to do a West Coast meetup. I know we've talked about it in the past about doing like a California, just a small one. Just maybe meet up at an arcade out here. Maybe have a hotel nearby to get some pours. If y'all are interested in that, just let me know. Like I can pull some strings. I can make some stuff happen. It will be very, very small. It won't be like Perry's meetup, which was, I heard was really, really fun. It definitely won't be like whiskey weekend, but we might could try something small if y'all are willing to come out to California, LA area. Would love to have y'all, and would love to celebrate with y'all. So let me know. We can definitely get something figured out if y'all are open to that. But moving on, Cali Meetup 2024. I'd be down. Okay, this is good to know. Yeah. Love to do it like kind of like maybe springish. Thinking like best time to visit LA, maybe even summer. I mean, like Cali summers are like so amazing. The reason I love this state so much. Might have to do a summer meetup next year. I don't know. We'll see. Don't want to plan anything this year. It might be a little too late, a little too rushed, but yeah, would love to. All right, let's move on to the new expression. Your username is PCB Hall on Discord. Let me just open Discord real quick. I just want to do that before I forget because I don't want to miss it. She said I'd come to a Cali meetup if I know far enough in hand. Oh, of course. I was in SoCal in March. I saw snow. I was going to say this year has been so off profile for all the California weather. It was the longest winter ever. I mean, I've only been here since 2018, but it was such a long winter. So hopefully next year is a lot warmer. Brandon says he will help. Okay. Sounds like something's in the works. Next year, y'all stay in touch. If it actually starts coming together, I'll put together like an email list or something of people to be in the loop about that. But yeah, would absolutely love that. Let's see if we can find William. Looking for that. Oh, I see you. Oh my gosh, you've been here since March. Why did I not? Okay. It must just not be linked to your Discord. All right. So you should now be, William, you should now have access to our VIP lounge, including our monthly hangout, the movie night, as well as our after party. So let me know if you don't have access to that. I just updated your tier on Patreon and Discord. So thank you so much. Hope to see you soon. All right, let's move on to this brand new, I don't want to say unpeated, unsmoked Colkegan. Like I said, came out last year as a distillery exclusive. Now it is released as a nationwide release. I'll show you the bottle here. Of course, it's just a media sample, but has some info there. Unsmoked American Single Malt. The same 46% ABV, 92 proof. Let's see. I don't know if they have additional info here. May not. Let's see. Traditionally aging in once used American white oak bourbon barrels, marries Colkegan's rich smoke Oh, you know what? That's actually, that label is just for their standard one. So disregard that description for this bottle. But again, this is just a media sample. It's not like it's like an official bottling or anything. Although these are out. If y'all want to buy them, they are completely available. So it was a nice cork pop for a little 200 ml bottle. She said I had a meetup back in March for Whiskey Encore. Had about 30 of the best people come from all over the country. It was a great time. That's awesome, Cheech. Yeah, small meetups are some of the best. I mean, one of my first whiskey meetups was an early It's Bourbon Night one, and it was very small. It was about 30 people probably as well, and it was so much fun. So that's definitely the vibe that I would go for. I don't want to plan a convention or anything crazy out here. Just like, the cost of tickets or whatever would just cover my costs of like renting out like a space to do it. So I wouldn't, try to do it as like a moneymaker, at least the first year. I would like to just invite the community out to just have some drinks and see California. I know a lot of people haven't been out here. I know Cheech, you've probably been out here plenty of times just with your career, but yeah, I would love for more of y'all to make it out to the West Coast. As Brandon says, West Coast, best coast. Which I would have to probably agree with that, all things considered. The East Coast does have some great things about it. I'm from South Carolina, but don't think I'd move back. California's pretty great. Yeah, so let's go ahead and give this a nose. So again, like I said, same whiskey, 3 years old. So this is part of what makes the official Colkegan. So like I said, they use a 30% of the Mesquite smoked, as well as 30% of new American oak. This is entirely that, but without the Mesquite. So it's completely unsmoked. This is definitely similar to more Highland single malts you've had. So I've heard that it's like spicy, but in more of like a baking spice kind of way. We got some of that on the last one, but I'm really curious to see, before I read any tasting notes, what I can find out about this whiskey just based on nose and palate alike. Steven says East Coast, baby. Yeah, there's, again, great things about both. But I will say, after living in California, don't know if I can go back. I love to visit, but wow. Okay, on the nose, this unsmoked, Different but similar. Also, let me go back to this one just to compare. The smoked obviously is carried by that backbone of that rich barbecue, as they describe smoke. To me, it's more of like a campfire, like a sweet, almost like a cherry wood kind of smoke. Has a lot of those sweeter characteristics to it. Mesquite, I guess, makes sense. I'm not super familiar with the different like types of smoking, but it does have a very, very sweet. And the reason I say cherry wood is I have some wood chips that I do to do smoked cocktails, and I have cherry wood smoked cherry wood chunks for smoking, and they do have a bit of a sweeter smell. So that's what it reminds me of. But this one is devoid of that, which is letting the flavors shine. So I think it's fruity, but it's like brighter. I don't want to go grape. Muscadine, maybe. I mean, muscadine is a type of grape, right? But it's like I don't know. It's a bit lighter. It's almost like weirdly enough, it's like a Chardonnay, which is so crazy. Chardonnay on a whiskey, but it's got some like interesting characteristics there. Kelly Jo says, I don't know how to tell you this, but you've got way too good of a deal on the t-shirts on your website right now. But I just bought two before you decided to fix it. Yes, I think the Memorial Day sale was extended. So if y'all are curious, I think they're like $13. If y'all ever want to get a shirt to support the channel, I do have a lot on there. I do have other ideas, so there will be more shirts coming soon. And more sales, of course. They do quite a few sales over the year. This is probably the lowest I've ever seen it. So if y'all are ever curious about getting a Bourbon Bite shirt, now's the time to maybe check out that store, which I put a little banner down there. Thank you so much, Kathy Joe. I appreciate that. I know y'all have bought my merch so many times. I love y'all so much. Again, subscribe to Women of Whiskeys. But yeah, there's some really great deals on the shirts. Again, I do want to get some more designs up soon. Now that work is starting to settle down a little bit, well, it was. Now it's a bit crazy again. I do hope to do that very, very soon. Hopefully before the end of Pride Month. I'd love to get a Pride themed Bourbon Bite shirt. If y'all have any ideas, I know there's like a shirt that already exists. It says like, I like my whiskey straight, but my friends can come whatever way. It's like I love that, but that's not my idea. I don't want to steal that. But it's a cute concept. Something on the realm of that. Like I like my whiskey straight, or like you don't have to be straight to like whiskey, or that could be something fun, like a fun twist, because it could also be implying like, oh no, drink whiskey how you want to like it, whether you want it on the rocks, you want it in a cocktail. It doesn't have to be straight. I don't know. Think on it. Give me the ideas. I'll make a shirt out of it. But thank you so much, Kathy Joe, for the little shout out there. Muscadines are a little funky, musty, not like a Chardonnay to my palate. Okay. Muscadine wine, Southern AF. Oh my God, yes. Muscadine wine. That's literally probably the first wine I ever bought was a muscadine wine. South Carolina, there's like a muscadine vineyard in Charleston that I used to go to. I'm stuck in California. Francis, blend of new and used oak on this one. I believe so. I don't have 100% confirmation on that, but I do think it's a blend. It's definitely not 100% new oak just based on nose alone. But I definitely think it's a blend there. Jeffrey Wack, hello again, whiskey friends. Good to see you, Jeffrey. I am so excited to get to meet you this past weekend. Seems like a lot of fun, and it would have been great to finally meet you after all these years. Let's see. Steven says, I have some ideas. We'll tell them in the after party after some pours for creativity. I love it. Steven, they have to be safe for work. I don't want to make shirts that like you can't wear in public. Not that maybe make some nighttime apparel, but I love the creativity there. All right. I like the nose on this. I do think it's a little more in the brighter fruits. Let's give it a taste. Let's try the unsmoked American single malt from Colkegan from Santa Fe Spirits. Cheers. Wow. I was a bit hesitant about this one, right? What I love so much about the smoked one was how dynamic it was. There were so many flavors going on. The smoke kind of was like a balancing act that kind of carried throughout. And I was worried this wouldn't have as much character without that smoke. But it actually does. It actually does. It has a very well like rounded experience for only what I say 92 proof. Oh my God. This finish, it keeps going. This almost finishes like a cask strength whiskey. I think it lingers on the palate. It's spicy. It does have some of those spices, which might be picked up from the bit of the new oak there. There's some spiciness there, some reminiscent to bourbon spiciness. Kind of reminds me of like the baking spices you maybe would get on like a wild turkey. Of course, doesn't taste like wild turkey, but has some of those elements there. Man, like I said, the smoked one was one of my favorite American single malts I've had. This unsmoked one, do I think it's better? That's a subjective question. Let me think on that a bit more before I give an opinion on that. I will say this one's you're able to pick out more of those flavors that are kind of mingled with the smoke on the smoked one. It's fruitier, it's lighter. It does have spiciness, cinnamon, maybe a little bit of nuttiness, not quite as nutty, I think it's the smoked one. But all the sweetness, the dessertiness, the brown sugar is there. I think body wise, let me take a sip of the smoked one again, just to do a little quick comparison. I do have a couple other bottles here that are not related to the brand, were also not sent to me. They were just purchased, but they're kind of similar concepts. So I want to give some final thoughts on this before I move to those two other bottles. Let me try the smoked one, their flagship bottle, real quick. Going back to it, it's a lot more similar than I thought. I will say the barbecueness, the smokiness, the burnt end of barbecue comes out way more after going to the unsmoked back to the smoked. I'm still enjoying the direction I went with it. I enjoyed the smokiness, went to a little bit lighter, and then back to the smokiness. It really brings out those darker, richer, charred notes on the smoky one. I think, as someone that does love a good smoked whiskey, I probably would gravitate towards the smoked one myself. However, if you're someone that maybe doesn't do that, or even if you are, you want to try something a bit different, this Colkegan unsmoked American single malt, fantastic. I think, like I said, I prefer the original just because I like that smokiness, but absolutely a great spirit. I know Patrick in the chat said he's tried it before. Has anyone else tried anything Colkegan? Have you tried the just the standard on the shelf American single malt? I am really curious to hear what y'all think. I know it's American single malt. They don't get as much love, I feel like, in the community, but I would love to hear your thoughts on them. Patrick said, after filling some bottles, Colin let us try all the things. I wound up bringing home the unsmoked. There's something special about it. Oh, totally. Like I said, I wasn't expecting it to be as dynamic and rich and complex as it would be because I thought the smoke was carrying it. I don't think it is. I think the whiskey itself is carrying it. It's such a flavorful, rich, dynamic whiskey. I do think the smoke helps, but that's just because I'm a smoke lover. I need you to send you a pick finish in apple brandy barrels. I was going to get to that. I have never had any of their other releases. However, they do have they sent me the list of what they got on offer. Let's see here. So these are all of their whiskey expressions. Let's see what they have. They have the single malt, of course, which we just tried. The unsmoked, which is their new release, which we love both of those. They also have a cask strength release, which is exciting. It says it comes in at 118 proof. Yeah, same age as the rest, but 118 proof. That sounds delicious. And then there's the apple brandy cask finished, which was what Patrick was talking about. Also a 3-year and then finished for an additional year in apple brandy casks. Also 92 proof. And yeah, they also have a sherry cask. Similar thing, aged 3 years minimum, but also finished in additional year in PX sherry cask, which is exciting. And that's one at 100 proof. So Colkegan, they're making their way. They're available online. They're not quite in California yet, so I can't buy the bottles without ordering them. I am very, very intrigued. So Patrick, you know what? I'm down to swap samples, get those samples. We'll invite Colin on the show. Let's do it. He was unfortunately unavailable. I did ask to see if he could join us tonight. He was unavailable. It's so late for people. I mean, he's in New Mexico, but it just unfortunately didn't work out in the situation. But I would love to maybe plan something a bit in advance and get him on the show. And I would love to try more of their expressions. Cask strength is great as well. Emily says, love Colkegan. The brandy is amazing. I can't wait to try it. American single malts are on the rise. Just the standard, but it needs a bump in ABV. Well, Fred, it sounds like the cask strength might be up your alley there. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I do have 2 more bottles, which are, again, kind of related, but kind of not. So let me finish this. Let me know what you have in your glass while I get something else poured. What are you drinking tonight? Are you drinking American single malts, maybe? Are you drinking something smoky? Okay, hold on. Hashtag team smoky or hashtag team, what is the opposite of smoky? team. I don't say clean air. That sounds. Are you team smoky? Or are you team? So let's keep it easy. Unsmoked. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Put your vote. I didn't put a poll up. Put your vote. Do you prefer smoky whiskeys or unsmoky whiskeys? I'm curious to hear. I know I got a lot of bourbon lovers in the house, so I'm team Porque no los dos. That's just me. But all right, so we're gonna move on to. Wait for your answers there. We're gonna move on to something. I was like, you know what? They're doing something untraditional, right? They have a smoky American single malt and then a non-smoky one. What's something also that's kind of weird, right? Like out of the box, like not what you're used to from that category. The first thing that came to mind, of course, was Connemara, which is a peated Irish whiskey. I've reviewed this on the channel at least once. But yeah, they peated an Irish whiskey. So we're doing the opposite of what Colkegan's doing here. And we are peating a traditionally unpeated genre of whiskey. I feel like it was kind of relevant, right? You know, doing things, try things you don't normally try. You know, the theme of Pride Month. Just kidding. I mean, maybe, but like, you know, I like what you like. You don't like what you don't like. Taste the flavors of the rainbow. There, that would have been better. Would have been a better segue. So, in the spirit of tasting the flavors of the rainbow, we're trying the Colkegan, or not the Colkegan, wow, Connemara peated single malt. This is from Colkegan Distilling out of Ireland. The proof is from, actually it says by Cooley. So Cooley's the brand behind it. 40% ABV, so it's just the 80 proof release. But yeah, we're trying all the things. I'm just looking at the comments to see what team everyone's on. James is team unsmoky. William team smoky. Didn't smoke. Okay, you like the Ardbegs and all that. Hell yeah, me too. Emily's team smoked and funky. Fred is all the things. Unsmoked. So that's me. That's me. Tony is drinking Heaven Hill Select Stock. That is a big word. Chinkapin? Probably mispronouncing that, but Chinkapin oak. Very, very cool. Peated Cooley is delicious. Okay. Hashtag Skittles. Lick what you lick. Yep, that's as Sugar Kitty says it. For those not in the know, Scoopernogs are a cultivar of muscadines that are bronze in color and usually larger than the purple muscadines. The more you know. As the rainbow is behind me. I love that. Have not had either, but suppose I would be team smoke. I'm not talking about these specific whiskeys. I'm just talking about whiskey in general. Do you like smoky whiskey or do you prefer the non-smoky whiskeys? Like, do you like the Highlands or like the Islands? That was the question. I should have. Brandon says hashtag undetermined. I would need to try both. Yeah, I should have clarified. It's not just this whiskey. I'm just curious in general. All right. Okay, okay. It was not too unfamiliar. I said something right. Chinkapin, right? Is it Chinquapin? I don't know. Being North Carolina is probably Chinkapin. All right, let's give this a try. This is the peated Irish. We're being weird and funky. Team both. Love that, Donnie. Hashtag bourbon. All right. Well, we have a rye after this one. We're gonna go to a rye. Again, I knew this would wrap up early, so we're gonna just hang out and drink some more. I will say this Connemara is interesting. I wish it wasn't 80 proof. I know they do have some higher proof releases. The smoke is overpowering the whiskey, and I think that's due to the proof. I think if it were higher proof with the same smoke level, it might balance itself out. But with this one, it seems like the smoke is an afterthought and it's kind of just overpowering. I don't hate it. I think it's a brilliant flavor. I love the sweetness of the Irish whiskey and the smokiness. I don't necessarily feel like they play together. It feels like you just blended an Islay with an Irish, you know? It doesn't necessarily feel like they did something cool here. They're on to something, though. I would love to see a higher proof version of this with that same smoke. I'm sure they make it, just haven't had it. So if you're watching Cooley Distillery, send me all your stuff. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just going to 80 proof. We haven't even been high proof tonight, right? We've been like 92. It's good. It's good, but it's not like blowing my mind. I will say the next whiskey did blow my mind. I tried it on a stream twice, and it's blowing my mind every single time. So we'll move on to that one. Our final pour of the night, whiskey Pokemon. Don't forget to wish Patrick Bourbon an early happy birthday. It's on Monday, if I remember correctly. Oh my God. Happy early birthday, Patrick. Yeah, we need to celebrate tonight. You better pull out the good bottles, do a little pre-celebrating. Heather is invited. That's awesome. Happy early birthday, man. Cheers to you. Let me get something in my glass. I'm gonna pour something from your old hometown. Not hometown, home state. I got the Doc Swinson's exploratory cask, smoke on water. Those of you that know me know I love this bottle. It is a peated, it's a rye whiskey finished in peated Scotch casks. We're getting weird. So we're gonna pour that one to end out our night. This one does come in at 104.2 proof. It's the highest proof of the night. It is a peated cask to age rye whiskey. What the heck will they think of next? I have an EKG tomorrow. Oh my. Okay. Maybe don't drink tonight. Maybe, you know what? If I see y'all celebrating this weekend, I might hop in. We haven't tried Blum's Peated Cooley. You know what? I think I may have. I think he did a stream, or not a stream. It was a tasting, but we did do a stream of it was like an April Fool's one. Was that part of that, Fred? It was like whiskeys, but with a twist. I think that might have been it. I think we might do a Cooley that was peated. That'd be great to rewatch that. Doc Swinson's bourbons are good. Doc Swinson's is great, but cannot find them here at all. They're pretty available here in California. William, where are you at? Just curious, what part of the country? Because I do see Doc Swinson's out here a lot, but I'm not sure about their availability around the country. I've done 2 streams with their master blender, Jesse. He's great. And I'm pretty sure we've talked about distribution in those. So if you haven't watched those, check the replays. We might be talking about where they're available and how to get them. I don't immediately recall. Indiana. Okay. Oh, interesting. Because they're sourcing from Indiana. That's kind of funny. Yeah. I would say if you are curious about it, maybe skim through some of my previous streams with them. I think we definitely taught distribution at some point. But yeah, I can't recall off the top of my head where they're available. They are really good. Though. So I'm nosing the Doc Swinson's now, the smoke on water. This was my favorite one. They had the smoke on water, and then they had the funky drummer. This one was my favorite. I think Donnie, who's in the chat, he preferred the funky drummer. I think I preferred the smoke on water, but they're both really great. Funky drummer was finished in Jamaican rum cask. This one was finished, of course, in for those of you little whiskey experts out there, it's finished in quarter casks. So if you know a distillery that's had a quarter cask peated Scotch, these casks probably came from them. Just a little tidbit of info there. Donnie said that both are very, very good. I agree. It was hard. I had to actually go back to my sample to decide which one to buy a bottle of, because they sent me samples of both of them, and I couldn't decide. I went with smoke on water, and I bought 2 of them. It was so good. But yeah, funky drummer is, I almost said funky drunkard. That's me. Funky drummer is also great. Yeah, this is good. I'm loving the little boost in proof from what I've been drinking tonight. I do think the smoke on this one is a little more subtle than the Connemara. It feels more well blended into the whiskey. Of course, it is a finish. I do think this is probably one of the most unique ryes, other than Seagrass. Barrel Seagrass is probably the most unique rye I've had. This is probably the second most unique rye I've had, and I think it's a really great experiment. I encourage y'all to try the exploratory casks from Doc Swinson's. They do a lot. They explore so many different wine casks. I think they did a gin cask, if I remember correctly. They're definitely doing some tequila stuff coming soon, if it's not already. I need to reach out to them because he hinted towards some tequila stuff last time we talked. So we'll see if anything came of that. But go figure. It's available in Ohio, Illinois, and Kentucky, but not Indiana. Oh no. Well, hopefully on your next road trip outside the state, maybe you can get your hands on it. But that's good to know. James said I found it in one store in Western North Carolina. Nice. Great find. Yeah. The Carolinas, I don't know if I've seen it there. But I haven't done too much hunting. Most of when I'm hunting, I'm in South Carolina. Just whether I'm in Charleston or Rock Hill or Greenville, I'm usually hunting in South Carolina right at the border. So not getting too far west or too far east, but of North Carolina. But I think that about wraps it for today. I am so excited. I love both of these. I think I do prefer personally, I prefer the regular American single malt, the smoky one. But this unsmoked one is such a fascinating twist in their story. I can't wait to see what's next from Colkegan. I Patrick, I might take you up on that offer. I know you can get access to some cool stuff. But I will say, great work to them. Thank you again to Colkegan and Big Thirst for sending over these samples to review. Can't wait to try more. And yeah, hope y'all have a great, again, Pride Month. I'll be live next week. Don't worry. Not sure what the theme will be. I have a couple ideas in mind. Last year, I did a Pride spirit / beer themed stream. If y'all want to see that, you want me to judge the shit out of like Pride themed items, whether they're like hit or misses, let me know. I had so much fun with that last year. I spilled the tea on some brands. I'm like, no, this is pandering. This sucks. Don't buy this. So if y'all want to see that again this year, I'll do some research. Maybe we'll do another Pride stream. And we'll get a little sassy. How about that? Sassy Cliffy. All right. Well, until next time, this has been Bourbon Bites. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you next Thursday. Cheers. Enjoy your whiskey, or your men or women or non-binary folk, or whoever the heck you want to enjoy. Enjoy them the way you like them. I was trying to make a pride thing, guys. I failed. Just drink what you like what you drink, leak what you like. But until next time, this has been Bourbon Bites. Cheers, and I'll see y'all next video. Those are the after party. See you on Discord in just a few minutes. Cheers. Bye.